Andy, what a finish.
Yeah, what a finish, but certainly a disappointing start. For whatever reason, I didn't think we were at the races first half. So we came up with some solutions at half time, let's say. Second half response I thought was incredible, and we looked at a real threat. And I thought we'd wasted the amount of opportunities we had in the second half to take the game away from them. But obviously, this group has proven time and time again that they go right to the end. They leave everything out on the pitch, and they did that, and we managed to score the winner.
As you've always said, as a team, it's about finding different ways to win. This was very different, say, from last week, wasn't it, where you were in control earlier on. Today you had to come from behind and fight a lot more for it. So how much is that message filtered down to the players over the course of the season?
I think if there's consistency in everything you do, it translates, it inspires them, they listen, it drips feeds into them, and they start believing it. But they only start believing it if there's evidence of it, and they're the ones who go out on the pitch and put the plan into practice. So yeah, delighted with the second half performance. It's been a difficult week in terms of preparation for this game, as you can see from the team what was selected. But we've always said that everyone has to be ready for an opportunity, and it comes at different times. And when that opportunity pops up, you have to go and take it. And some players, we can't fill the bench at this moment in time. Some players playing out of position, but they give everything for this club, absolutely everything, and that's a guarantee.
From your perspective, the half-time team talk, how important was that? And I'm not going to ask you to say what you said, but how did it help to motivate the players to get to where they were at the end?
Listen, we all need sometimes some information. Delivered in different ways, but ultimately they have to go on the pitch and they have to put everything into practice, so the credit is all down to them. They weren't happy with the first half performance neither, so they'd already had a few choice words before I spoke nice and calmly. So yeah, they got in second half and they produced an incredible 45-minute performance, but I've just told them, and this is meant as no disrespect to Barrow, a team playing with more confidence maybe put that game to bed in the first half, and we wouldn't have the opportunity to come back. So it's a massive lesson for us that we have to be more assertive and play with more quality in the first half. But as we say, this team goes to the end, and in the end we get the winner. And I think on the evidence of the second half, we had a number of opportunities where we perhaps didn't deliver the last pass, or we had massive overloads in the middle of the pitch. So, but again, credit to them.
Jamie Proctor gets you an equaliser. That's 10 for him now. He's not been that prolific throughout his career, but he's managed to get to double, just like James Wilson has. So what are you doing to get that out of those two, that they've got a career best in a single season for goals?
They're getting it out themselves. No, we can only talk and show and look at clips and ask questions and motivate them. They have to go on the pitch, and I'm sure they both agree that they're in a really good environment, a really good culture of wanting to grow and learn and develop. And just because Proc is 30 or whatever he is doesn't mean he can't improve as a player. And we try and improve every single asset of our players, because we want them to be assets to the football club, and it's our job to help them to keep developing whilst also trying to win as well.
You need goals from all over the pitch, and a centre half came up with the winner after all of that as well. As an ex-centre half yourself, how important is it for your defenders to be able to be brave and get in there and get those goals?
I should say about time, shouldn't I? But yeah, we spoke in the week about, we had a couple of days off to reflect on where we were as a group and how can we keep improving. And they obviously mentioned a few things of where they thought we could get better, and so did I. And I said we haven't scored enough goals from set plays, and that's where you really bring your centre backs into play. I know it wasn't an initial set play today, but everyone has to contribute. You can't always rely on your forward players to score. Everyone has a responsibility without the ball to stop the opposition scoring, and when we've got it, everyone's a creative player. So credit to Aaron, great place. Probably not missed many times from half an inch out, so I'm not sure who put the ball. I think it was Willow, was it, who put the ball across. Some great play in the penalty area, real composure, showed his quality. And he had to play in a different role for the team today, and that team what started today wasn't starting yesterday morning, let's say. So credit to Willow for fulfilling a different role. David Moo comes on and does so much for the team, so yeah, credit to all of them.
Missing Ben Garrity and Tom Pett, which were obviously big misses at any stage of the season, but can you give us an update as to where they're up to? Yeah,
in terms of Petty, he's going to be out for certainly 3 weeks with that hamstring, so that's obviously a blow to us, but it creates an opportunity for someone else. Jake has, as I said to you yesterday, had the 2 weeks rehab at St George's, and he's in a really good place. He's delighted he's back in the group, and he adds more bodies and more competition to the team. And unfortunately, Ben's been ill the whole week, and he was absolutely mithering me for the last 24 hours. I want to come and do a job, and sometimes I have to take the responsibility away from them and make a decision. We can't afford to lose another player, certainly in that position, for the sake of one game, and I had to look at the bigger picture. So I hope Ben's enjoyed watching Liverpool on TV today, and he recovers sufficiently for Tuesday night.
And lastly, you're up to third. You believe in it yet? You believe that you can do it?
No, we'll just focus on the next game. Our performance has got us 3 more points. It's now just about Salford.